everybody. It's Daphne from Laura Entertainment. We are sitting down with Darrell Mapson today in our Let's Get Pumped little interview. How you doing, Darrell?
Hi. Hi, thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh my goodness, where do we start? Uh, I started back in the business back in the early '80s, and I started out doing background work like a lot of actors and even stunt people do to try to get on the set, and learn the business and so forth.
Yeah.
And I went to a stunt school. I met a lot of stunt coordinators, and that it takes a while to earn their trust, and they are able to see that you're a, stable person, first of all, and that you're able to keep each other safe because that's number one is safety on the sets with stunts. So I did do a few things back. I was a double for Weird Al Yankovic in a music video. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was called "I Lost on Jeopardy."
I think I did see that like
Yeah,
years. Oh my God, that was years ago. I
yeah,
remember that video. I mean, there are so many videos that man had, and he was funny. Like his new movie. I don't know if you've seen that, the weird movie.
not yet.
Oh my God. You're gonna lose it. That shit is
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah. He loses on Jeopardy and they in the game show, right? And the song "Our Love's in Jeopardy" by Greg Kihn was that they used in the music video. So they did he did a spoof on that song, and they threw him out the backstage doors of the game show, and so I was his double, and I had to launch myself and fly into the back of this little sports car, and I remember it was like a little spider sports car, and the weird thing about it is they actually had Greg Kihn sitting in the seat when I did it. I didn't understand that. I had to try to miss him, which I did, thank goodness. And normally you wouldn't have, you know, uh, celebrities sitting there, right next to where you're doing your stuff. But I did it, and it was fun, and yeah. So Weird Al, he was cool, and they put a wig on me, glasses that look like him, and it was a good time, definitely.
God. That's so funny. So
Yeah.
between acting, because I know you do a little bit of everything, acting, stunts, and all that, what's your favorite thing to do?
Oh my goodness. You know, I've had opportunity to write and to direct and see the actors. Like I just made a film not too long ago called Lost Outlaw, and it's a western, a family western, and just to see the actors bring your words to life, it's really a very fulfilling and cool thing to see that you know the they come together and have them put it to life. I think that's really rewarding. And I love doing action stuff. I still like doing chase scenes and fights and all that. But when you get older, you scale down the stunts. I still enjoy the action, and I try to put them in some of my films. At least to the fight scenes and car chases and that type of thing, and maybe a few falls here and there. And so it makes it interesting. I I don't anymore. I don't really do extreme type things, car rolls and things like that. But back in the day, I would do anything almost, just about.
So what's the most dangerous thing you've done? Well, I know you're laying back now, but I mean
Yeah,
like back then anyway. I was gonna say so far, but I just stopped myself because that's not gonna happen.
yeah. I understand. Uh, I was on a film. It was a werewolf film that was done back uh, with what was his name? Um, can't think of his name now. The whole trial with Simpson and all that. The guy who testified and
OJ Simpson?
no, no, the guy that testified that he was like renting a room from him, and
Oh my God.
what was his name? Kato Kalin.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
Kato?
Yeah,
Kato Kalin. He
yeah,
was he was
yeah.
in this film. He was acting in this film, and, I had to do a stunt where I was doubling uh, a sheriff, and it was a two-story fall. I had to fall backwards, like, it was simulating, like, an elevator shaft, and I had to go backwards, and it's hard to see behind you. I had to kind of estimate the fall. I fell into boxes, which we use a lot, boxes for smaller falls, but I hit my head on the wall going down.
Oh
So
my,
I sort of lost consciousness for it was maybe less than a minute, but I had a good knot on the back of my head to remind me, don't push out so far next time. So that it could have ultimately been bad, but it turned out okay. It looked great on film.
well,
But
yeah, I'm sure it was pretty much real, damn it.
yeah,
You know, 'cause you done
yeah,
lost, you done went to sleep.
yeah,
When
right. And things like that do happen, and you're pumped up to do the stunt, and you're waiting for hours sometimes to do it, and so when you're finally ready to do it 2 o'clock in the morning, you're like, let's get this done. And so yeah, I pushed off a little too far, but it looked great. I was okay. I had a nice little knot on my head for a few days, but yeah,
wow,
that was a little interesting, having to go backwards out and make the fall, virtually just trying to and it was a small area. It was narrow, so that was interesting for sure.
damn.
Yeah.
How many movies have you been in?
How many?
Yeah, like how
Uh,
many credits do you have?
I I think it's around 40 or so. It's a combination of films and TV work. Yeah.
Yeah, are you one like me where there are people things that you've done and they just have never made the credits?
Yes. Yes, I have.
I'm missing like 30, damn it, and I am not
What?
happy about that.
30?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Uh, well, you can go on IMDb and put uncredited and still
No,
get your name.
see, they never created the pages.
Oh, didn't make it. You were on the cutting room floor, or they just never released?
They just never made a page for their damn projects.
Oh, I see. I see.
Mhm. You know how annoying that is?
Yes, I've been on the cutting room floor before. I know how that feels.
But that's basically them cutting the whole damn movie if they're not even gonna create a page.
Yeah, well, these days, yeah, everybody refers to the internet. Seems like so. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ink. And there's been projects I can remember doing, test pilots that never made it. That you spend sometimes hours working on and never see it. So
Oh, I know.
yeah.
I know the feeling.
Hey, can I talk about Terminator?
Sure.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we had a lot of fun on Terminator. We had no idea it was going to be so big. It turned out really huge. Obviously, the whole series. And so James Cameron picks me out to be. I don't really know him. I didn't know who he was. But he had me stand by this payphone in the bar where Linda Hamilton goes to use the payphone, and it's out of service. So I'm just staring at her, and she looks at me and turns around and runs out the door. And right after that is when the Terminator starts chasing her in the disco and all this stuff. So that was fun. But they also had me and some other guys running around in the police station when Arnold was shooting it up,
Yeah.
and we were diving out of the way. They were using, would you believe, ball bearings from this gun, this special gun, and they were shooting it at plexiglass, and plexiglass was flying everywhere. So they said, "Whatever you do, stay down and cover your face." This
Yeah.
stuff. They tore up that building.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was wild. But I didn't get stunt credit, but I did do some stunts in that one. That was fun.
And you didn't get credit for it?
No, no, I didn't because I wasn't union yet, so they couldn't do that for me, but it's okay. I mean, I that was, kind of
Uncredited?
what's that?
Did they put you up uncredited?
Uh, no, well, I did put it on IMDb with a scene with Sarah Connor, the Linda. Just because she was a star and it was just me and her in the shot, so I thought that was kinda cool,
Damn
but
it, James, start giving people credit, especially
well,
when dodging plexiglass.
I love to work on the other ones, but it's really hard sometimes to stay in touch with people and a lot of times they want new faces and stuff like that, but it was a great first one, being in the first one.
Yeah.
But
So how many
yeah.
did you do?
I'm sorry?
How many of them did you do?
I just did the first Terminator.
The first one?
Yeah, I would love to have done more, but, I life, throws you curves, and you end up getting involved in other things and projects, and so, yeah, I would have loved to have stayed on with him, but like I said, they don't always, remember the little guys, right? There's so many of us.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, everybody, how you were talking about earlier about, everybody does start somewhere, you know.
Right.
Like I started background
Yeah.
and I honestly, I had owned a cleaning and painting business and I didn't even remember submitting for the damn role and just to work background. And I thought it was a joke when
Yeah.
picked me. I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. And I'm like, maybe I'm trying to, somebody's gonna hack me or something. And I got looking, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. And then I started reading more and I'm like, no, this is real. And I showed up on the set of Donnybrook for
Oh,
3 nights, which was it was so much fun. Out of all the movies, I mean, I've done quite a few things, but like I
yeah.
had so much fun on that movie because one, it was 3 nights in the cold. I had on shorts and a tank top, and I finally got
Oh,
to put a coat on. And my boots were muddy because the first night it rained so bad, and that was filmed on a campground. And
oh,
it was so muddy, we were sinking. I was just glad I didn't bring my motorcycle because they originally wanted the motorcycle. I'm like, it's too damn cold for me to ride that bike. You know what I mean? Even though one of my friends, he actually did all 3 nights. I thought he was crazy.
oh,
But it was so much fun because I don't know, the atmosphere. And that was directed by Tim Suden.
uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
he's an awesome guy. He is funny as hell. He does not
yeah,
shit. I loved working with him. I just, his whole outlook,
yeah,
the way he tries to get everybody pumped up and he's playing
yes.
Metallica on the set in between breaks. I'm like, hell yeah, this is my kind of shit right here.
Oh, yeah.
Fun. But I mean,
Um,
you start they need to give a little bit more credit to the people who are actually helping.
yeah,
Like that uncredited bullshit. I believe, uncredited's one thing, but I really feel like if you've got the background actors, you should give them just even if it's a little credit, change it from uncredited. Just give them some kind of damn credit. Why uncredited? I get it. You're not up with the higher players in the film, but at least that shows that you actually give a shit about the people that are coming to work with you,
yeah.
especially ones that stick it through for the scenes.
I
You
think
know?
a lot of the independent films kind of, care more for, to do that than the bigger productions, they kinda get lost, I think, in the maze with the huge productions, but
Yeah.
I've had pretty good experience with some of the, independent filmmakers, that, maybe aren't necessarily A pictures, but they're good, you know what I mean? And, so I hear what you're saying, absolutely, and even music videos especially, they don't always give a lot of credit
I
on
have
music
done a
videos.
couple music
Yeah,
videos. I've done casting. I've done makeup. I I've done quite a few because I have friends, that are in
yeah,
bands, and I have the people that I manage. Um, and music videos. You want to know something that's weird? You would think that if you put out a casting call for extras or whatever, you know what I mean, for the
uh-huh,
music videos, that people would love to be a part of music videos, because
right,
they're not there very long. It doesn't take long to shoot them, and
fun.
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
go with the flow, you're listening to good music, but
Right.
people don't bite. Like,
No?
I had a hell of a time rounding up people just to be extras, on
Really?
one of them, yeah,
Were
yeah.
they sometimes people they don't wanna work for free, so you never know about
Yeah,
that one.
I mean, it's something fun to do if you're doing a boring day,
Well,
because
yeah. Yeah, well, people that are starting out, I did a lot of freebies for starting out, but eventually you do wanna get paid for your time, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Uh, so, can can I plug some more movies?
you can do whatever you wanna do. I do not filter anybody. The only thing I edit is the music
Oh, ok
into
oh,
the video. That's it.
alright, heavy rock and roll going here.
I got a little
Uh,
bit of everything in my segments.
okay, awesome. Yeah, did you ever see the movie Lawnmower Man?
No.
It was odd. It was an odd movie. Pierce Brosnan was played a doctor in it. He was one of the stars, and Jeff Fahey, he played this kind of an offbeat guy who wasn't real bright. And in the movie, he's a bright guy in person, uh, but he plays this character where uh, the doctor does something with him. Some I forget how they do it. It's some kind of a treatment or they always use some kind of like a chemical or something that makes them all of a sudden they could become super smart and all this stuff. And so uh one of the scenes they had a bunch of us security guards and stuff trying to catch this this guy that Jeff was playing and so Pierce Brosnan was there, the doctor, trying to stop us from hurting him or capturing him or whatever. So I had a little fight scene with it was a short fight scene with Pierce Brosnan and I remember I'm like we were rehearsing a little and I go, is that too much? Is that okay? And he said, no, let me have it. Come on, let's go. He was like real. He was like he does a lot of physical stuff in his movies, especially back then. So uh, that was fun. That was a lot of fun working with Pierce. Really nice guy. He didn't mind me roughing him up. Of course, he got the better of me and knocked me to the side and took off running to help the other guy, Jeff's character. So uh, just some, it's a lot of fun being able to work with those kind of people. Especially, his career really took off. I mean, he became James Bond for goodness sakes. So what a time that was.
I never know who to watch for with the James Bond movies because you never know who is gonna be the one to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a good time, really good time.
What's the most the funnest set you've been on so far?
The funnest set, oh, wow, my goodness. Uh,
We can
that's
think
a hard
way back to 1980 if we want.
Yeah, we're going back in time on a lot of these. That's kind of a hard one. The most fun, uh, man, it's really difficult, I'm telling you. I did have fun on, Simon& and Simon. I don't know if you remember that series that they had, Simon& and Simon.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a good time. I remember working on that. Uh, I doubled one of the guest actors, and I had to hold on to a guy on the side of a car, and then let go of him, and he had to like do this roll away from the car, and so just working on those kind of films with the stars of the show is fun. I got to work on what was that? What was that movie? No, it was a TV series. Um, my mind's gone. I can't think of the name of it right
Wow.
now. You can edit this one. Or
I don't
not.
edit it. What was it about? The
Uh, oh, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, and it was a TV series that was filmed up here in the mountains up here by Sonora, and so I got to work with River Phoenix, uh, and he was really young then, you know, and so what was a guy who was playing MacGyver? Remember MacGyver?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, Richard something that yeah, he was in it, and it was a lot of fun. I got to play a deputy, you know, and I mean everybody on the set was great, you know, and they didn't act like big stars, you know. There was a lot of them that were kind of starting out, but but yeah, I enjoyed that because it was up in the mountains. It was close by. It wasn't that far for me to go, and it was they just treated people good on the set. You know, we ate well, and it was a lot of fun. And they let you do a lot of stuff and that some bigger productions may not let you do. You know, just kind of some ad libbing things and but yeah, that was good times.
That's
Good
fun
time.
sometimes
I'll
because
probably think of a fantastic time later. I just can't at the moment. I'm like, but there was a lot of them.
early for you.
Huh?
I said it's too early for you.
Well, it's just spur of the moment questions, you know. But anyway, which I don't mind. But yeah, sometimes I can't think of. There have been so many good experiences, you know, over the years, and but I really had fun making my own film. Uh, it's a couple of years ago now, and it's out. It's called Lost Outlaw. If I can do some shameless plugs here, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Uh, thank you. Yeah, Lost Outlaw. It's a family western film, and it's a lot of fun. I get to play a bad guy. I get to play Quinn. He's the leader of a gang, and we rob a train, and we kidnap women, and you know a lot of the bad guy stuff that I don't get to do normally. So, and we have shootouts, and we have I get punched and knocked down, and you know so I still get to experience that fun stuff. But what a great bunch of people to work with. A lot of them I knew, so I was able to pull in. They were available, and you know, you work with a lot of different people over the years, and when you finally get to make a couple of your own films, it's great to because they're real excited to be on a western. And anyway, and the fact that we know each other and work together, so, and it's like a kind of like a family on the set becomes a family. You know,
Yeah.
you're together trying to make something great happen, and so yeah, that's available. It's out. It's a 90-minute film. It's all over. It's on Prime, DirecTV, Xfinity. You can get a hard copy if you're still into DVDs. You know, on at Walmart and you know Walmart.com, not the actual store. It's you got to order it. So it's you know, and then there's eBay and all that's available as well. But I think PureFlix, it's on there as well. So believe it or not, it's in like 23 different countries right now. So it's in the other languages.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and my distributor, Bridgestone Multimedia Group, they distributed it, and they're doing a fantastic job. It's still getting you know seen and out there in different venues. So there's so many platforms now that you can have your movie seen. It's so different now, and it's a lot of opportunities.
There's
So
there's too many because like you don't even know them like all, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's too much. You
yeah,
know, I
there's a
I
lot.
mean, I hate to say it like this, but I'm a basic type bitch. You know? And I
Okay,
prefer like littler, you know. But somebody had told me about all these platforms I didn't know, never even heard of them, and I'm like, that's just too confusing, just
Right,
I
which one do I look at? Yeah, one which one do I tune into now, you know?
right. And then, each platform, by the time you even find them and try them out, you're just, I don't know, either burned out or broke,
Right,
by the time you
right, yeah.
you never know
Well
which one's better.
well, there's a lot of them you have to either subscribe to, like, DirecTV,
Yeah.
uh, to see my film or any a lot of films, but and then uh, like, Tubi TV is free,
Yeah.
so my film's on that one as well, but you don't have to see you have to sit through a few ads to what that
Yeah.
pays for it, if you don't mind that, uh or and then there's ones you can rent or pay for like on Prime and that type of thing. So there's a lot of different ways to do it depending on what you're into. Most of my sales, like of my film, I noticed are most all of the income has been coming from streaming and very few DVDs because a lot of people aren't using them anymore. I still like a DVD, but
I like DVDs, and the reason why, I mean, because you don't have to worry about it. If you want to watch a movie or you got a projector or something set up, outside, you pop it into your little disc thing in your
yeah,
computer and roll the damn movie. Instead of going through streaming, then sometimes, if you can't, like people out there that can't afford, just to pay for the one with the no ads, because the shit adds up every month, you're paying for all these streaming services, and then
yeah,
you're stuck with the ads. But the DVD, you don't have to worry about it because you've already got it. You're not going to have, plus you get the actual, they don't notice this, but there are scenes that they're seeing in theaters and on the streaming platforms that are actually added into the ones on the DVD, and I did notice that.
uh-huh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But there's
Don,
special
go
yeah,
ahead.
there's special that you don't always get on streaming where you get behind the scenes sometimes or a gag reel or what have you, you know, director's cut, things like that. So
Yeah,
I'm with you. I don't see I mean, hopefully they'll still keep some DVDs available out there for those of us still like to use them, but yeah, you're right, and with streaming sometimes what if you get a interruption in your signal or what have you, and so yeah, I'm still surprised that that the DVDs are so popular and now they're kind of not as it's like times have changed a lot.
with some people, but I mean, one thing I noticed is like the Donnybrook movie we were just talking about. I noticed when we watched it the night that we went to the premiere, there were a couple scenes missing that I know I did. And when I watched it on a streaming service, I was like, okay. But then when I put my DVD in, because usually if I love the movies, I'll just go ahead and buy the DVD anyway.
Yeah.
And I put the DVD in and I'm like, all of it was back in there. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so it's like three different things that are missing it. And I think that they screw you,
Huh.
the
Well,
streaming services anyway.
they may I don't know this for sure, but they may want a different cut for different reasons. I have no idea why that's just unusual. It wouldn't just magically appear and disappear. So it's got to be some editing involved, right? You would think.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. So that you're probably getting the uh yeah, with the DVD, they don't have restrictions on time, which television you do a lot of times they want to cut it down to under an hour or whatever. But with yeah, so that's unusual. You're like, here I am, and no, I'm gone over here,
I
or
know.
by
They
there, or not.
did it. Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, it turned into Bewitched. It disappeared
Right.
and appeared again.
So what do you have coming up? You got anything big coming up you can spill
Uh,
on?
well, I'm writing. Right now, I'm writing a movie. It's called Driven to the End, and it's about a bus driver and a lot of weird things that happen on the bus. And I don't want to say too much about it, but it involves you know good and evil, and hopefully good will win, but, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's kind of a psychological thriller, so I'm working on
So
that.
it's kind of like Speed meets Taxi Cab Confessions, or is it
No,
Speed
no,
meets Angels and Demons?
no, more like a Speed meets Unbreakable.
Hey, there you go.
So, more of that. It's a psychological thriller. I'm working currently on a film called Blood Moon Rising, and that one is we're currently still trying to finish the film, and it's a Western horror film. It's a werewolves versus cowboys, and so it's a little different. You remember Cowboys and Aliens, right? Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
Well, maybe. God, that had to be a while back. When they make that, I know. I remember something like that. I never knew the name.
yeah, it, it was a few years ago. So this one's not Cowboys and Aliens, but this one's Cowboys and Werewolves, so it's really different, obviously. And I play a gambler in it, and um, it's a lot of fun so far. We've been having a great time with it. Next year, coming up, I think around April, I'll be working as a deputy in a film called Midnight Maniac. Now that one's going to be good. It's another horror film, so I'll get to have some action in that one, along with my acting. I'll get to do some action with it, trying to fight the killer and catch the killer. So there'll be chase scenes and all that kind of thing, which I enjoy. And so those are the things that are coming up for me right at the moment. And I was going to say too, something interesting that happens uh, when you're doing stunt work and things like that. Sometimes the things will come up where you have to do some acting, where they say, "Okay, well, we need to have you say this line or something, or what have you," and then they get to a point they say, "Well, maybe this guy can act." So you end up, like Richard Farnsworth. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he was a stunt guy, and he kind of turned into an actor, and so it's real handy now whenever I do something like that. The series, I almost got away with it, where I play a sheriff in that one, and I get to do uh, some acting. But they also found out in talking with me that I can drive because I've done stunt driving. So there's a chase scene, so it worked out great. Oh, he's an actor, but he can drive, so that's great. It works out good. So sometimes you're a stunt guy who can maybe get a little acting in, and then sometimes you're an actor who just happens to be able to do stunts. So it works out great for me because uh, I don't have to have a double necessarily, unless it's a huge 10-story fall or 20-story fall. I'm not going to do that, but you know, it's fun to still be able to do the driving and the fights and what have you. But I just thought that was quite interesting. That when I was thinking about it, yeah, it really is. It comes in handy having these different experiences and abilities. So
Stunt driving is fun. I had to do it. Wasn't nothing big that was, well, shot. It was supposed to turn into something, but we had us here, and the girl who was leaving in the car couldn't drive a stick. Uh,
oh,
then we had a bunch of guys, except for the
oh,
one guy who was holding the camera. Nobody else could drive a stick, except for the guy who was actually shooting the damn thing. And I'm
oh,
like, I grew up driving. That's the first thing I learned on was a stick shift. I
really?
ride motorcycles. I'm like, I will just do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, yeah,
And so when they shot it, got in and you know what I mean, drive, drive.
yeah,
But I love that, and I think like precision driving. I've never taken like any precision driving, but
yeah.
myself, I've done a lot of racing, maybe illegally, but you know,
Who
it
hasn't? Yeah,
happens. But I
who
mean,
has?
as far as driving, I've got mad skills when it comes to driving.
Yeah,
And
good. All right, awesome.
it's fun though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a good excuse to to drive crazy and illegally and get away with it. Yeah. Chase for
When the
fun, yeah.
roads aren't busy. Just when the roads aren't busy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have to block 'em off. Yeah. Yeah, you see a lot of the movies where, these cars are if you notice on, like, on freeway scenes, they're all going at a steady pace and they're scattered out, and then you see the main car coming in and looping in and out, and, that doesn't happen by accident. That's all staged, that's all set up ahead of time, you know? So, yeah.
You can make one where all the traffic's there and the only place that the guy can really go is down the emergency lanes.
Yeah, right, like real life, right? Yeah, realistic, exactly, exactly.
Funny. All right, Daryl, we are going to wrap this up. We are definitely saying thank you for coming on. We're going to thank
Thank you.
everybody for watching, and we will definitely see you next time. Bye.
Thanks, Stephanie. Thank you.
I know what you're thinking. I'm gonna lie when you're leaving. When you owe me a kiss on your way out the door. I love how you text me. When you say that you miss me. But we both know it just makes me want it more. I know I should lie when you lie. I know when I look into your eyes, you're bringing on the just but you kiss me, and you swear that you bless me, and leave me broken, laying on the floor. You know I get the feeling, but that's what I'm needing.